Many people would say that giving a presentation is the most scary thing that they have to do at work. Indeed, many people who give presentations a lot still find it hard to get their nerves under control. Happily though, a bit of nervous energy can give you an edge. And there are plenty of techniques you can use to get excessive nervousness under control. Eustress is the name that is given to the level of stress at which we perform at our peak. If we have too much stress, then we find that the fear that it causes can impede our performance. Our nerves get in the way of doing our best work. But on the other hand, if stress levels are too low, we become complacent. We feel like we can do this easily, we don't put in enough effort, and as a result, once again, we underperform against our potential. So, what we want is the optimum stress level, at which we are alert, creative, and rational. If you feel too much stress, there are 4 points of control that we can look at. These are preparation, your environment, mental control, and your physiology, your body. Let's start with preparation. Taking time to prepare can settle your nerves. And knowing that you are well prepared is the best way to give you confidence. And we've done a whole video about preparation immediately before this one in the course series. In that, the 2 components that we looked at were reviewing your presentation to make sure it is as good as it can be, so you've got confidence in what you're going to say, and rehearsal to make sure that you know how you're going to say it and you're ready to perform at your best. The other form of preparation to think about is the personal and physical routines that give you the comfort to know that you are ready. Examples include things like choosing the right clothing and attending to your personal grooming. I also recommend that you create and follow checklists to ensure that you miss nothing out, not just because it's important not to miss something, but because having the checklist gives you the confidence to know that you won't miss anything important. Checklists are especially important when thinking about what to pack and the equipment to prepare, and secondly, for a routine to follow when you reach the venue in advance of giving your presentation. In the next video in this series, I'll cover just that, the checks that you need to make before you travel to a venue and when you get there. The second point of control that can help to relieve your stress is your environment. You can't control your venue, but you can control the little part of it from which you present. Arrange your presenter's table and the space around it. Set out your notes and the equipment that you will use in just the way that is convenient for you. Test your equipment, and most important, get familiar and comfortable with the space from which you'll present and the space that your audience will occupy. To feel as comfortable as possible, I like to stand in my presenting position and look out and feel like I own that space. I widen my attention to the very back of the room, into the corners, and feel like this is my space where I am in control. This leads us on very nicely to the third point of control, your mental control. And there are 2 components to this. The first that we'll look at is visualization, and the second is self-talk, that little dialogue that goes on inside of your head. Before you give your presentation, probably as part of your rehearsal process, imagine yourself running through the presentation in your head. visualize it as vividly as possible, and mentally see it going well. In fact, make it a complete triumph the first time, and then the second time, introduce little moments of difficulty which you overcome. The more and more vividly you visualize giving that presentation successfully, the more your brain will associate success with the presentation. It will give you a feeling of confidence, and that feeling of confidence will translate itself into more powerful body language and more confident appearance when you step in front of your audience. And of course, if you look more confident, then they will have more confidence in you, being more supportive, and therefore creating that feedback loop between their confidence in you and your confidence in yourself. Of course, in the immediate run-up to your presentation, it can be oh so easy to sabotage your own performance, because that little voice in your head, that self-talk, keeps telling you how rubbish you are, how hard presenting is, how bad it's going to go. But you know what? It's you who control that voice in your head. If you were talking to a friend about their presentation, what would you say to them? You'd tell them that you've got it. You've prepared well, it's a great presentation, you are going to be fabulous. Why would you not say exactly the same things to yourself in your head? Control your self-talk and make sure you give yourself the supportive messages that will make you feel more confident and more able to succeed. The last point of control is your body, your physiological control. And the place to start is with your clothing and your appearance, your grooming and your accessories. Dress to impress. Not just to impress your audience, but to impress yourself, to feel good, to feel positive, to feel confident that you are at your best. Next, pay attention to your posture. Draw yourself as upright as you can. Make your body posture symmetric and just a little bit open. Stand with your feet shoulder width apart, with your arms hanging naturally. That way, you will look and feel as confident as possible. Now, breathe. Breathe deeply and evenly. A few deep breaths will give you a sense of confidence. It's a physiological response that you can't control, and therefore that will definitely work for you. And finally, smile. Please do give this video a like if you've enjoyed it and learned from it. I'll be creating loads more great management courses content for you, so please do subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of it. I look forward to seeing you in the next video, and in the meantime, keep smiling.